Happy New Year to you, ladies. It's so nice to see you all fresh for 2024. And of course, we're already looking at summer. My God. Okay. So, Air Canada Vacations dominating Europe, really, really spreading your wings, as it were. And Marigold, you're going to tell us a little bit about the strategy for the upcoming season.
Thanks. Happy New Year to you too, Nina. And we are so excited to be kicking off January talking about Europe. And really, the strategy for us is creating the awareness in the market, or just broadening, I should say, the awareness between Air Canada Vacations in Europe amongst customers and our travel agent partners. This year, more than ever, we've expanded our portfolio, especially in 7 key destinations. Now, more than ever, we have over 150 tours in Europe, over 100 cruise itineraries, which
Wow.
Armenia will dive into, but we're just so excited with all the offerings that we're going to be deploying this summer.
Now, talk to me about those 7 key destinations. What does that mean? Like, how does that translate for the advisor?
Of course, with the strength of Air Canada's route network, we've
Yeah.
increased frequency, and some of these destinations operate year round, but we've added more tours in these destinations. So we've got 7 key that I want to highlight today, which is Athens. We've also got Barcelona, we've got Lisbon, we've got Rome, and then we've added 3 more key destinations this year, which consist of Ireland, Dublin, Venice, and then also we've got Madrid. So lots of exciting options for clients depending on how they want to experience Europe. We've got everything for those independent travelers, for those who like their handheld every step of the way, for the luxury, affluent type clientele, and those seeking a beach holiday, Nina, we've got something for them for sure.
A beach holiday for Europe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So for those clients that typically go to Mexico or Caribbean in the winter, we want to make sure that, Europe is also top of mind in the summer, especially if they're beach lovers. In our portfolio this summer, we've got Portugal and islands. So we've got Lisbon and São Miguel, Azores, and we've got Lisbon and Madeira Islands. So it's a great little combo for anyone who's never been to Portugal. They get to see Lisbon, so the city, and then they get to do a beach holiday in the same week. So it's a really good combination.
I love that. What a great idea. Now, when you talk about that you're putting emphasis on those 7 destinations, et cetera, adding tours, are you adding seats? Because of course you need the seats in order to go with the tours, and you guys have access to aircraft. I've heard that about Air Canada Vacations, access to aircraft. So because last year, right, it was so popular and you guys had such a record summer, flights were filling up like crazy. And I think some of the advisors were stuck looking for seats.
Yes, definitely. And that's the strength of you working so closely with Air Canada, our revenue management team. We definitely collaborate with them to make sure that we've got seats secured in those 7 destinations.
Okay.
And so, agents really should focus on those 7 key destinations. We've got the flights, we've got the tours, and all they need to do is sell. And we've made it so easy for them to sell Europe as well. Our product is accessible in different types of platforms, from GDS to our website. They can also call into the call center for anything that's curated and customized, but everything is visible at their fingertips.
Now, before we get to cruising, I'm curious about something, because we've talked about this in terms of the Caribbean in the winter season, that the packages that you put together are so much more value oriented, less expensive than if I were to buy FIT, the air and the land. So Europe, I think we're always used to thinking in terms of buying FIT, right? We're going to buy the air and then we'll look for a hotel. Now you've put them together. Is it less expensive in that case than doing it separately?
100%. I always say we've done the legwork for you, and we've negotiated some aggressive pricing, not just with Air Canada, but also our land partners. And that's why we have our DMCs in these destinations, to get us the best bang for clients' buck. And for travel agents to have to take one of our packages and price it out individually, it's going to come to much more than that. Some of our packages, Nina, that includes air, accommodation, meals, and attractions. In some cases, that's the cost of air alone. So they really need to understand the value of what we have to sell when it comes to Europe packages.
That's amazing. That's really, I mean, that's just, I don't know how that gets done, but someone figures it all out with a sharpened pencil. Um, that's, and obviously book early, right? I mean, that's the other message here, because if you want to take advantage of that pricing, we finally have taught consumers that there's no such thing as a last
Waiting.
minute deal. It's a
Yes.
first minute deal.
Especially with Europe, those hotels are so small. You have to book in
Right.
advance. They're not mega resorts. And Europe is becoming a year-round program for us too, Nina. I know, we like to talk about the sun and the beach holidays, but we've also evolving our ski program for Europe. So we've got some amazing
Skiing.
winter
Oh,
packages.
great. Fabulous.
Yeah.
So winter, spring, summer, or fall,
Yeah, Europe all year round.
all year round. All you have to do is click. Armenia, I find, advisors who tackle cruising are very admirable people, because it's complicated, right? I mean, you've got all those different types of suites, cabins, staterooms. You have to book open jaw flights. Haha, I thought I'd throw that in there. Right? You have to make sure that the flight lands in time to meet the cruise ship, et cetera, et cetera. So tell me what ACV is doing to make that easy for the advisors.
So as Marigold mentioned, if you think about it, with the collection of the portfolio that we have, from mass market cruising to river cruising to luxury, of course, we do a really great job at actually selling these Europe destinations that we have with the wide network and the more of the demand. And cruising has really taken off big time. And I think
Right.
the reason why it does so well with ACV is because of the fact that, again, we're there to package it together for you. So much is involved. We're trying to have that whole work smarter, not harder model. So let's put it all together. And the amazing thing, just like we were talking about the packages, the amazing thing that we're seeing is that price point when you add air to a cruise is extremely aggressive, and it can't be beat. And now that we're in full force wave season, we're actually even more aggressive than ever, because we have flight credits available. We have a deal on right now that you can get up to $300 off of your cruise and air. And
Nice.
then when we think about the consumer, we also think about the advisor. And right now it's 4 times the points with our cruises. So we've got a lot in the market that we could offer, but it's the ease of booking your premium or your economy or your business class seats. So we've got a lot to make things a lot easier. And we're really giving that commitment to our travel advisors. So right now, what's in the market is we're going to go back and we're going to say we're investing in our travel advisors. So one, we are out across Canada doing our Europe roadshow. So you'll see the invitations out there, and we encourage our travel agent partners to join. So trainings are going to be a big thing for us, because again, we want to teach you how easy it is to book these packages. We are investing so much more in marketing collateral as well. So we want to encourage our advisors to share all these inspirational videos and pictures. And then, of course, last but not least, which I know is in here and in our article, we've got the Europe guide that is just fresh, hot off the press, that will start distribution this month, as well as you can pick it up when you come to any one of our shows across Canada.
It really sounds like everything that you're developing and the strategy behind it and the rationale and is very agent focused. I mean, that's what I'm hearing anyway. How you're planning the whole sales strategy is to rely on the advisor. And I think that wasn't always, I think that for a lot of operators, there's been sort of like and airlines, everybody, what's better, direct travel advisors, where do we make more money, but really an advisor is like your sales force, right? And you're taking advantage of that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah, they're an extension of our sales team, really, especially our area sales managers. We rely on them to take the information that we give them, especially these seminars that Armenia just spoke about. We
Right.
want to equip them with the right tools and resources to go out there and properly educate the consumers for us, because Europe is not like an all-inclusive Mexico product, right?
Right.
It can be a little bit more complex, and we know that clients will have a lot of questions. So as far as making the booking, we want to simplify that process for them. And then they can, spend more time in qualifying the customer and putting them in the right destination and the right resort that's suitable for their needs or based on their criteria.
Okay.
But honestly, Nina, I always say this, there's a lot of agents out there that specialize in sun and they have not even scratched the surface of tapping into your product. And this is a great way for those agents or those advisors to tap into, you know, this type of new product line. It's driving incremental business into their agency. And it is so simple to book Europe. They don't have to be intimidated by it.
That's such a great line. They don't have to be intimidated. I love it. Right. And it applies very much to cruising because cruising can be intimidating. So
Mhm.
we're going to use that line somewhere, Marigold.
Okay.
Don't be intimidated. We'll be on our t-shirts next time we do Europe. Okay. Thank you, girls. It's so wonderful to see you as always.
Thanks, Nina.
Thanks, Nina.